And we're live, everybody. And it's bubbles for everybody. Though Ginger put her bubbles away, but
I can bring them back. I was just looking. I have
bubbles. Let's bring the
baby
bubbles.
bubbles.
I need some good juju energy today. There we go. Big screen. Whoops. That's what. Hold on.
You
Hold
missed
on.
it then.
There we go. Bubbles for everybody.
I just
There
got
we go. We got the bubble fairy here.
I love it.
Oh, all
Now I
righty,
got
everybody.
bubble juice all over.
There we go.
Ew.
Bubble
Oh,
juice.
ew.
Better than Beetlejuice. Shh, don't say it two more times. All
Oh,
righty. Oh my goodness, it's one of those days. Hello, everybody. We have the play. The fairy energy is here. Miss Ginger Fae
What?
is here today. Miss Tarot and Divine Musings, and Nancy and I finally got her to fit us in her schedule, and she is here.
I had to wait
So,
till summer because I don't
she's
get
a
home
busy
in time.
lady. Yes.
Unfortunately, it's job, but
All right. Well, let me back up because we've had a slew of people waiting for us.
hey.
So Viviani was here first. Hello, Viviani. And then Miss Nancy came in. We have the beautiful Amanda, Tropical Empress, with us in
Amanda.
spirit. Mama Sushi, Amanda is here. Amanda says, "Hi, beautiful, sweet Nancy. It is always great to see you." Yeah, we all love Nancy. And we love our Fae lady here too. What the Fae? What the fuck?
What the Fae? I
Fae
know. Nobody
bubbles.
loves me.
Oh, we all love you. And Flowing is here, Carmela.
There we go.
Hi,
Oh,
beautiful goddesses. Just want to stop by and say hi. I can't stay. My meds are making me sleepy. Oh, don't I know what that's all about, Carmela? So go enjoy your nap.
Okay,
Yes.
how come I can't make any? It won't let me comment. How rude.
I don't
All
know.
right. Well, I'll just say then. What the Fae, Jonathan?
Okay. I'm a little slow, so making sure I don't miss it. Kaylee is here. Fogo Pogo. Finally able to make it to one of these. Hello, everyone. She says hello. And Roots and Waves is here. All righty. People saying hi. People saying hi to each other. And Jane the Seeker. Hello, Jane. Good to see you, my dear. And yes, bubbles
I
for
know I'm
everybody.
subscribed. How come I can't leave comment? It said comment publicly as Ginger Fae, and then but yet it won't let me.
You know what? I
It
had
did that to
problems
me
last
several
night.
times ago. All right, it's just that I can't do
And Beth is here.
my emojis.
Aloha,
I love my
Jonathan. Yeah,
emojis.
Jonathan, what the Fae? So,
No, it's
okay.
not.
You know what? We had problems. I had problems last night with seeing things in the chat. Um, Somebody was trying to put a poem in the chat. Half the people in chat were seeing it, half the people weren't, including myself. So I don't know, StreamYard's been a little funky. Hello, Lori. Hello, Nor. Good to see you. And and we're all caught up. And happy Canada Day too for those who are celebrating. So Kaylee, Ange, any of our fellow Canadians that pop in or might be watch lurking, happy Canada Day to you all. And as
Are
we
there
said,
fireworks up there on Canada Day like it is here for our 4th of July? Do y'all do that?
I don't know, but we'll wait to
All right,
see.
I'm in.
I just thought.
There she is. She's in.
Apparently, I had to sign in. Maybe when I went to Asheville, it's
maybe. So Kaylee says typically yes, Nancy.
All right.
Awesome.
So yes, it's another Monday, another Divine Feminine Monday, and boy, it's July 1st already. Zip.
That makes me sad. I only have 3 more weeks off.
But and we thank you. And we thank you for taking one of those days to join us, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Ginger. It's been one of those days, people. Let me tell you. So Ginger is with us today. She's our guest, and she's
Hello,
bringing her
everyone.
lovely Fae energy. And so, Nancy, did you want to start with our grounding prayer that we
Okay.
started
Well,
doing last week?
listen, this is a prayer that originated in 700 AD, and it's an adaptation of it. And this is the prayer that the Dalai Lama says every morning when he wakes up. So it says, "May I be a guide for those who are lost, a beacon of love for those seeking hope, a calming bridge for those overwhelmed by the raging river. May I be a set of warm arms in the darkness, a healing, compassionate presence for the wounded hearts, a luminous, love-filled lamp showing the way in the chaos, profound medicine for those sick in spirit and physically, a vase of joy and plenty, a tree of miracles. And for the boundless multitudes of those in the human realms, may I bring sustenance and awakening, enduring like the earth and sky and ancient stones, until all are free from illusion and sorrow, and awaken to the great web of sacred seen and the unseen ones that encircle our most sacred earth, to find their way back to the Great Mother's heart and the womb of creation, to heal into the oneness of the new earth. Now, exhale and be still for a brief moment."
Beautiful. Oh, I love that, Nancy. I love that, love that, love that.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Thank you. I love it. Yes.
Yes. And Ginger, did you say you had like a bubble?
I blew my bubbles.
Oh, no.
Now I know what Nancy was talking about.
Oh.
I'm going to come through there and smack you in a second.
Ooh. Smackdown. Who's going to take bets? Just kidding.
Yeah. When
No,
when
Jessica.
I like when we start to do readings, I will bring in the infinite intelligence of the white light of protection and Archangel's mighty sword, and place a beautiful protective bubble around each and every one of us, filled with love, light, compassion, and as for today, divine energies. So let's bring that in and breathe it in.
Beautiful. Love it.
You don't have to give me
energy,
time, Nancy.
And
All
Answers.
is forgiven, Ginger.
It's the Fae in me.
It's the playful face. So we're going to be lots of giggling.
Sometimes you got to be a brat.
Now, don't make me put you two in the naughty corner.
I just want to tell Amanda, Tropical Empress in Spirit, on my About page, on my YouTube page is my email address. Send me an email and I will take a pic of that.
Turn my light on. I
Send
can't
the prayer to you, Amanda, if you want it, or anybody else that wants it.
I'm turning on a light.
Same here. I'm okay with giggles. I had an unexpected, unpleasant surprise today. So giggles all the way around is much, much. Whew. And you said it's been a rough weekend. I thought you said it's been a rough week. I'm like, Healy, we just started. But rough weekend, just let it all, like Taylor says, like KK says, to shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. So I am going to give it the floor over to our lovely guest today.
Oh no,
Ginger Fae Tarot and Divine.
Well, you don't have to embiggen me.
Well, you're our guest, so you're going to want to show a picture. You're going to talk, maybe your cards.
Okay, so so just fair notice. I came here very I can't even speak.
Unless you want me to take you off the big screen.
Yes,
for now.
Please.
Okay. I want my guest to feel
unprepared. I'm unprepared because I was taking Kyle to Camp Spearhead. It's wonderful people, and all summer long they have special needs individuals that come from all over South Carolina, North Carolina, and they have this beautiful it's amazing. They have a little lake, they have zip lining, they have so much for these individuals to do. And this is 4th of July weekend, so they're all excited. So I spent the day up there getting him there, and so and then I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque and got home later than expected. But as far as deities, the first one I ever called on was Artemis. And the reason why I'm called to Artemis, thank you. I have her in something and I can't remember what it is. But Artemis is, the goddess of nature, one of many, of course. That's what, goddess of nature. And her brother is Apollo. And I would call on them as a team. And especially when the weather was like rain was in the forecast for events like Special Olympics or even Camp Spearhead, and I would call upon them to, if it must rain, wait till this or there or very, and they've always come through for me. And when it's a rainy day and the little children are out on the bus stops, I ask for the rain to either dissipate or be very light. And knock on woods. It's just miraculous to me that you would think you call upon things and maybe it's like a whatever, but it's I've never been let down, so I'm very thankful to the to Artemis and her brother Apollo. But Artemis is the goddess and protector of nature. So, me being the Fae realm, love nature, and so so I mean I vibe with a lot of gods and goddesses, but she's just the first one I've ever called upon to work with.
And what drew you to her? Was there something specific, or you just felt the vibration?
Actually, so I had gotten Doreen Virtue's book, Ascended Masters and Angels, and she was in it. And that's when I learned about her gifts. And so it was, I know Doreen Virtue doesn't believe in that anymore, but she had to at one time. So I still feel that she channeled. Maybe she didn't. We don't really know, because I often question, did she really channel? And is that really the way to call upon them? And so.
Well, I think it's all different too for us, however we feel drawn to call on them too. So, but I think I know what book you're talking about. It had like the card with Mother, well, not Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and it was called Ascended Goddesses and Masters. And she had like a whole group of different goddesses in there. She had quite a few. Yep. I don't know if I still have that, but yep, you got the book. That's it.
See, this is a Ginger made me do it.
Oh, and you have it too?
I
don't think I have it anymore.
Wonderful book.
It really is, and I've just learned about deities through this book, and it's hard to just pick one, but when you asked me to come on, and I thought, well, let me just pick the first one I've ever worked with. And
well, you're always welcome to come back, so you can always bring more next time.
So let me see, 49. Let's see what this little booklet says about her. Oops, what happened? I just had it. Okay, Artemis. Also known as Artemis Callisti, Delia, Luna, Mother Artemis, and Phoebe.
Phoebe.
She's Greek goddess of the new moon, and I am a moon child by being a Cancer sign or astrological sign of Cancer. She's known as the Huntress of Souls. She carries a bow and arrow and spends most of her time in nature in the wood with the wood nymphs. She's protectress of anyone who calls upon her, and particularly defend unmarried young women, child, and animals. What about unmarried old women? I'm going to put that in there.
Not old, wise, older and wise, mature, well seasoned.
So, yeah. So she's considered a nature goddess and moon goddess, and I believe, was that Artemis? I might be getting my stories mixed up, where there was a king who, let me not go there because I'm getting them mixed up. I might be getting some mixed up.
Well, there's a lot of goddesses, so it's easy.
Yeah, but I want to see if this one was. Oh my gosh. So she helps with animals, wildlife, children, fertility, which, I don't need there, environmentalism, intuition, increasing and honoring your intuition, feminine power, and protection. So, and there's also an invocation in this book on how to call upon her. Yeah. So, it says to call upon her, preferably outside and barefoot, which makes sense. Nice. It makes sense. So, yeah. So there's the just bookmark this if you need to come back for it. There's another goddess that her father kicked her out because she didn't want to marry, or either it's because she didn't want to marry or he wanted a son. I think he wanted a son. Kicked her to the forest, abandoned her, and she went out and she came back a warrior, a princess. And so I don't know if that's Artemis or another deity. And then it was like the only person who could marry her was someone who could beat her in bow and arrow. And
Atlanta, Kaylee said, maybe. Atalanta. Excuse me, Atalanta.
Yeah, it is Atalanta. Now I remember Atlanta. Because I have a friend, her name's Atalanta. She chose Atalanta, and that's the story she told me. Yeah.
She wrote a fictional book about her just now. So very cool.
Yeah.
See, the names come in when they're supposed to.
Exactly.
There we
go.
So in my book,
Shazad is with us.
Who? Shazad. Yep. I put Shazad up on the screen. And Shazad, please don't watch while you're driving. Just listen. We want your eyes to be on the road, my friend.
Is Allison here?
Yes, she is. She popped in.
Allison.
So, yep.
Allison, what is that black crystal's name?
I gotta tell you guys.
Want to know.
So Allison reached out to me today.
Oh.
And she said she went looking for it.
Oh.
And she threw the box out. She doesn't have it. So what she's going to do is next time she goes to that rock store, she's going to take it with her and ask the shop owner to let her know what stone it is. So it's going to be a while before we get to know.
So you don't know. I swore I heard the word shungite.
I have an app on my phone that shows, you put a crystal on it, tells you what the crystal is. If she can.
What does it look like?
Well, it's a round, dark sphere, and we were throwing shungite. We were throwing obsidian. People were even pulling out books, and none of the names we're familiar with was clicking with Allison. So, Allison, this is
smoky quartz. I have a round smoky quartz that's beautiful, but
this looked solid. She said. So I guess it's going to be one of those the
things
quest
that make you go,
of the crystal. Yeah, things that make you go, Oh my goodness. Oh no, Allison, you ruined Tom's entire year now. What is Tom here? Or is he? Oh, well, maybe when he watches back. I thought so too, Kaylee. Kyanite, tourmaline.
Kyanite's too rough. I don't think kyanite can be.
And she was just like, nope, nope. And yes, Fatima's here, and happy candidate to you too, my dear. And JR
I want to just say
here.
real quick, Fatima, I'll get with you on the email and we'll set up a day.
Ooh, nice.
Fatima unknowingly won a reading from me, and so we're going to get together and look for a reading.
How lovely. So yeah. Anything else you would like to share?
Oh, like what? I mean, I'm just like, I literally got off the road, went to the bathroom, came up here. So I'm like, what do you expect of me? What do you want from me?
To share.
I've not been able to watch any of these shows because I get home so late and have to start dinner on Mondays. And so I honestly do not know what you guys talk about.
Well, exactly what we just did. We talk. Sometimes Nancy will have, we'll get a goddess box. She shares her goddess box. She'll get a new deck. She'll show, we'll talk about, whatever feels like where this conversation is flowing. And then usually
the other goddess I work with a lot, of course, would be Kuan Yin. And how can I not? She's goddess of love, compassion, over children as well. And I worked for 18 or almost 18 years, 18 school years with the elementary school children. Many, many eons ago, I went to this psychic. I loved her. She was this little French woman. And she goes, and this is her voice too. You're like a little mother hen gathering your baby. I'm like, well, and here I'm thinking, my cats. I had 3 cats at the time. So I'm thinking she's talking about me loving animals, and then years later, as I became manager in the nutrition services at, hello, Garnet. Yeah.
And
so one day I was like, because they would come up to me, Miss Ginger, and they would hug me. And one day, enough of them did that. I'm like, Mother Hen, that's what this lady was saying with me, all my little babies.
Aww. That makes you feel so good, because I've done that a couple of times where I've taught, and when it was time to go and things were over, they would, Miss Heather, we're going to miss you. You get hugs and it just makes you feel so good because it's unconditional. It's actual, true love that they have for you, and there's nothing like it. There isn't.
Yeah, the most magical thing that ever happened was on a Sunday I got my not attunements for Reiki. And so I had to go to work the next day. Well, they would always let K4 students come after breakfast so they're not mixed in with all the big kids and stuff. And I always had 2 children always come up to give me a hug when they're on their way out. Well, this morning was no different. They came up, and then another, and then another. They lined up to give me a hug out of the blue. The teacher's looking at me, and I'm like, and it was after I got my Reiki attunement. I think my third.
Your energy.
Yeah. So, oh my God, it's like, I think I must have been glowing that day or something.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Me too.
So,
very nice.
So definitely Mother Kuan Yin is.
You were talking about the children. We have someone who rents one of our property, and they have a child that's about maybe 2 or 3. And I was out on the back deck yesterday, and somebody drove up into their driveway, and the child was, I think it's a little girl, she was out in the yard and she squealed. She was so excited. There was just this squeal, you know, she was so excited. Whoever pulled up, I have no idea who it was.
Must have been grandma.
But I was thinking about how small children are. They don't have a filter.
Right.
Like what happens when they get older, they get this filter, which is unfortunate, really.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's
well, and often necessary.
They see a flower, or they see, you know, they see the sun come up early in the morning, and it's like it's brand new every day. And I thought, you know, I have to be more like that. You know, I've got to get back to the joy that a young child has.
Right.
Yeah.
I miss that. And T. Lynn said, so Teresa, who's T. Lynn, did childcare when my son was little. Neighbor dubbed me Mother Goose because of the line of small children always following me.
I love that.
And Jonathan said, my mom was a 5th grade teacher. Oh my goodness. We need teachers. I mean, teachers are so important. And hundreds of students called her
We are
mom.
losing them, and because they won't pay them enough. And nowadays, now that I'm in the high school setting,
it's a little scary too.
Well, it's not only scary, they cannot literally do anything. And I have a dear friend whose daughter is she might be middle school. They are out of control, and she is not allowed to do anything about it, yet gets reprimanded for them not being in line. And she's highly stressed. So now, working in the high school setting, I see these teachers so stressed, and 90% do not say, "Oh, I have a wonderful class this year." After COVID, these kids who stayed home for a year, and sometimes that following year, were unsupervised, and they came to school. I mean, I had a 5th grade teacher come. She doesn't stress, and she was like, I can't say what she wanted to say. She couldn't say what she wanted to say, but she goes, the mouths on these kids, and they don't want to listen to you, and they talk back. And what happened? You know?
Yeah.
And it's really sad to see these teachers under so much stress when they're trying to prepare these children. Yes. I'm afraid for our future.
See, so many parents now give the phones to their children. They let the phone raise their children instead of doing the proper. And then if you try to discipline or teach children manners, then they come after you, threaten you, and even kids now bringing guns into schools, and some have even shot their teachers.
Elementary school students bringing guns. Oh my God, that's scary.
We really need to bring that mother energy back and really have women reconnect with that nurture inside of them. Even, you know, those who have to watch kids, you know, sometimes our grandmothers have to raise kids, sometimes aunts have to, you know, and they're just, you know, there's just so much focus on our phones and social media that the kids have no sense of discipline, or, you know, they don't understand manners or focus. And communication is just, especially when you see families go out to dinner and they're all in their phones with their little kids in their phone, and I'm like, it was nothing like that for us. I don't even growing up.
I think Brendan was graduated by the time he got us a phone. I wasn't going to do that. You know, they have video games. That's enough, let alone give them a phone.
Yeah. So it's phones, video games.
Videos you can, video games you can kind of control because it's only when they're at home and only a certain hours of the day, maybe before dinner, but, you know.
Yeah.
It does take a village.
It does.
Right.
Yeah, I was agreeing with that. So.
And Lori said that she was a latchkey mom that waited at the bus stop. I walked all the scared little ones home to make sure they were safe.
Oh, sweet.
And you know what? I was almost abducted because I walked home from school. My mom worked, my dad worked, and on the way home one day from elementary school, it was about half mile down the road. my school was on the same street, but it was a very long road. It was a parkway. And I was lucky that I made it home that one day, so that was how it was back for when I was little. I can't imagine nowadays with the kids. And that's why I get so angry when mothers are like walking down the street on the sidewalk or whatever, or even in the stores. They're in their phones or talking to their friends. Their kids are behind them. They're not even got eyes on their kids. And sometimes those kids are in their phones. Someone can easily come and grab. So we really need to, like Nancy said, start becoming a village again, start focusing on our communities and being there and helping, and teach, because unless the cycle is just going to get worse.
Yeah, I'm on a corner house, and the across the street corner was a bus stop, but there's no sidewalk to it. Mm-hmm. And this mother would drop her two babies. I mean, they're elementary school, they're babies, on that corner, and the little boy would take his backpack and put it on what you might be a curb, and lay his head down, and it's horrible traffic. And so every morning I'm just like placing a protective bubble around them, praying that they are always safe when they're there. It was just, and maybe that mother just had no other choice, but I wish they would have cemented a spot for kids to stand on or something there, but it's literally somebody's property. So
and this is wonderful. Lori says, I'm keeping a dream and intention to have a foundation. It will be for gentle healing of our youth in America. I know it will happen. So just keep visualizing that, Lori. Keep networking. Let people know, and definitely you'll be able to manifest that. I mean, it may take a while, or it may, just keep putting that visualization and that intention out there. And I think the universe will open up opportunities and pathways for you. And T. Lynn says, Lori, need more like you. Can't remember all the times I advocated for bully kids. That was me. Yeah. Those dropped that wrong stop, missed bus, pickups, etc. Yeah, I mean, nowadays, like I said, I'd be terrified being, and oh my goodness, Fatima said this. A couple of weeks ago, a 14-year-old shot 2 men dead and wounded another man. Never heard of this before here in Toronto. Neither have I.
Wow.
Toronto, when I was younger, used to be so safe.
Wow.
So yeah, we're all sharing I know a loving art teacher from Poland, Honorata therapist, therapeutic. The qualification she has working for disadvantaged people and kids.
Oh, wow.
That's beautiful. So, and Lori says, one of my granddaughter's friends did not make it home.
Oh.
Yeah.
We need to shift the focus to putting our children first. Yes, Lori.
We do.
Yes. We are the change we want to see, and we will succeed in doing just that. Yeah.
We have a disposable society, and our children are not disposable.
Yeah. Right now, with trafficking and abuse and bullying and suicide rates, then children killing children. I mean, it's unbelievable, and that's why I can't get into politics, because they're always talking about things that have absolutely no importance, where it should be focused on in our country, keeping our children safe, keeping our borders safe, keeping our family safe. And every time I turn on my YouTube, I'm seeing new news footages from different places around the country. There's been over 200 mass shootings already, I think they said, this year in America alone. Of a multiple people, here and there, and other group. I mean, it's mind blowing. And this isn't meant to be like downing energy, but this is, these are the conversations that people feel safe to have in our chats, and we hold that space. And Ginger, working in a school and willing to go and help these kids too. That's an incredible and beautiful gift that you do for those kids. So
I don't know what my new role
kudos to you.
I don't think I'll I know I won't be working directly with students, but it was nice to. What was nice going to this high school was I hated leaving the elementary school babies. I watched, they were my babies. But then all of a sudden I go to this high school and like, there's one of my babies. He's all grown up. Why is he sitting in the principal's office? And again, it's like, and like, do you remember me? And they're like, yes. And one time I was typing away, and they're not supposed to call me Miss. They're supposed to call me Miss Brousseau. Ms. Brousseau. Anyways, I'm typing away, and I hear this, Miss Ginger, can I ask a question? I'm like, sure. I'm like, anyway, somebody called me Miss Ginger. And I look up, and it was this beautiful girl. Her name was Sana. I'm like, oh my God, can I have a hug? So, and they would come out and hang out in the front office when they're not really supposed to. And they just wanted to, I'm like, do you have a question? After a few minutes, it's like, well, did you need help with something? No. It's just we're on our lunch, wanted to hang out. And it's like, so at least they weren't going, oh my God, there's that mean old lunch lady, which most of I'll have to say 90% of the lunch ladies are mean and they're nasty and they hate their job, so they're just nasty to the children. And I knew it was my mission long ago when I first started to be the first nice lunch lady.
There you go.
But I'm not in the food service anymore, so that was stressful. And I can see how they can be cranky people, but that's not in my nature. It's just not.
And I'm sorry, go ahead, Nancy.
I just wondered if you saw what Ange put in the chat.
Yeah, I was sharing about
Which
with
one?
Lori saying that she likes, safe space in our chats. And then Ange says, let's all pause, close our eyes, and take a deep breath. Put out loving energy to our youth and less fortunate.
Thank you, Ange.
Yep, thank you, Ange. And nothing changes if we don't bring it into the open for awareness.
Yeah. Well, I was happy to hear that our school actually had a mental health counselor. And
That's
many
what they
students were doing just that. And so, yeah, so that there's a step forward there is,
Well, like we were doing what Ange said. I just was thinking, I was visualizing what I was doing. And then I thought about everybody in the chat. You're all over the world. And this was going out.
Yes.
It's so many places.
Global.
Thank you, Ange. Really, that's something we need to do at least once a day. Put that in our list of important things to do.
Yeah.
Definitely. Visualize this world a better place, especially starting with our children, because
that's where we need to
start. They say over 800,000 kids or so go missing, sometimes just in our country alone. And all people focus on is things that have really little to, that should not be the least, that should be the forefront. It's the protection of our missing children, young people, the women. So yeah.
Well, actually, this discussion has a lot to do with the divine feminine. Because what's happened is things have gotten so noisy and we are so busy doing things that really, at the end of the day, a lot of it is unimportant. Like playing games on your phone. I mean, just things like that. I mean, doing things that being non-present. And, if we're more aware of our surroundings and we radiate this love for our fellow man or woman, you know what I'm saying? It has to make a difference. It does. It has to.
Well, and I believe it starts at home because I knew at a young age, because I didn't feel this way. I made a pact to myself that there's not going to be a day that goes by that my boys do not know. And this is before I had children. I said, my children will never have to guess, does my mom love me or not? And so the way I've raised them, Kyle, not everybody knows my oldest Kyle has autism. He's the most wonderful, loving beacon of light. People are so drawn to him. And I'll even have, first time he went away for Special Olympics, they got off the bus and one of his co-teachers came to me. He goes, let me tell you, Kyle is like the coolest cat I know. And then my son Brendan, he just radiates compassion, and he's got this beautiful loving nature. And so I feel like I've done very well to raise two loving, compassionate young men. I call them my man cubs. But I'm just so happy that now I know from experience there are those that were like me, but somehow that society changes the children, and they're the ones with guns, and some parents are too strict, and then they just want to be wild children outside. So I'm just, there's a balance that's hard to find, and I just feel blessed, and I wish that more more children would carry that out. I mean, we need more, because I had a little elementary school child. Gosh, she could have only been second grade, and it was my first year as a manager of food service. And I said, sweetheart, can you let your mommy know that you need some money in your lunch account? She just stepped back and she said, my mama told me I don't have to give you money. I was like, okay, have a nice day. And I thought, oh, that's not how to raise your children.
When my children were in elementary school, I was a grade mother, and I would be there, and I would eat with the children. I would sit with this time I was sitting with my daughter at a table, and there was this little girl that was sitting. I had been in the room. There had been some kind of party, like a Halloween party or something, and I was sitting at the table, and this little girl was just staring at me.
Yeah.
And, I just would smile at her. And after a little bit, she said, I wish you were my mama.
Aww.
She says, my mama left me. And she says, now I just live with my daddy, and I wish you were my mama. And it just
broke my heart.
Yeah, that just broke my heart. I wanted to take her home, but there's just so much need.
I had this little, I'll just say little black girl. And she always looked at me like I had angel wings or something behind me. And one day her little classmate came and told me, she was K4. And he says, are you her mother? I'm like, no, baby, I'm just a good friend. And well, she keeps telling us you're her mother. So I talked to her teacher, and she says she does. She tells everybody you're her mother. And so the following year, she goes up to kindergarten, and I go up to her new teacher, and I said, oh, she's so sweet. Last year, she kept telling everybody I was her mother. And she goes, oh, she still does. One day it was her last, hi, Scott. It was her last day of school for us. She was transferring out, and they knew our connection. So they came and got me to let me know that she was leaving. So I went up to the front office to, meet her mother. And I said, I was just telling her how much I will miss her, and if I could just take her home with me. And she goes, oh, you can have her. But it was like she was serious, though. Wasn't even laughing afterwards. I thought, you mean biatch.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
know,
and
why
these
would
women,
you
this is
get
how these
strong,
women are raised.
everybody?
Their mothers say that to them, so they
It
think
broke
that
my
this is a
heart.
part of being a mother, and so they do the same. And it's this damn vicious cycle.
Yeah, it broke my
And
heart.
it just it upsets me. It makes me angry. It's just like
Mhm.
I'm tired of seeing it. I want to break it for everybody, but it's just,
Yeah.
you know, I see so many kids out there, and I see in Walmart and in this area, and I just shake my head because they're so beautiful, and yet I see how what their example. This is what, you know, and I can just see that they're going to be, hopefully not, but going possibly down that same path.
Yeah.
And it's just to the point where you just feel like you want to give up.
Well, many prayers I say, you know, may the may parents, even new parents, just raise their children to have more love and compassion in their hearts,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where it starts. It starts with mama. And those
Yeah.
those now single dads that love their babies just as much, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So we
You know
just,
what
as a
this brings
collective,
to mind? I put a prayer up on my channel this afternoon. It's a prayer for ancestral healing, and you know, a lot of this has been going on for thousands and thousands of years,
yeah.
and it's never been healed.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, that's one of the reasons I talk about ancestors for, you know, a lot when you know, I feel it when I do my readings, because there's so much that needs to be healed from karma and things that happened in the past to our ancestors, and it comes forward, and if we don't do
Mm-hmm.
the work to heal it, it's going to continue going forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, I feel very strongly about this because somebody put in the chat about the,
Yeah, but
the goddess star that's come back.
yes,
Right,
I highlighted that for all
Did you
And
this
star
Diane.
that?
I mean,
Oh
this is
yeah, I
something
starred
that's
it, believe
Star
me.
the goddess.
14,000 years ago. Well,
Mm-hmm.
14,000 years ago, our ancestors were probably, you know, knocking rocks together trying to make a house, you know. And I mean, this prayer talks about how these awful things have happened, you know, and it keeps going forward, you know, and it's up to us to heal it.
Well, I decided on my own to break that cycle in my family lineage anyway,
Yep.
where there was just zero compassion. And I believe you can. I try to be this balance. You can be a strong woman, but still have love and compassion in you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I try to embody, because, you know, at my weakest hour, I'm just like, do you realize how strong you are and what you've achieved and how you're raising your boys? You're Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And I still hold, well, they're just living proof of just
Mm-hmm.
raising them with compassion and respect.
Yeah.
And Teresa said, my mom was abused most of her childhood, so is always an advocate for children, which is good because mine was, but in a way, it was almost kind of, you know, it didn't go well for, you know, that continuation kept going on in other ways in the family. But I love, Lynn, that Teresa, that your mom was able to turn that around and advocate. She'd often say, just because people can procreate doesn't mean they should.
Mm-hmm.
And this is for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, but I wanted to share this because everybody, you know, has valid points here.
Yes, the chat is just I've just gotten so much.
Yeah,
out of
I've been putting up as much as I catch them coming up on the screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, breaking the cycles of hate, abuse, bullying, neglect, and harm.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, I went through a lot of that in my youth, and I just said, you know, and I saw what was going on in the women in my family, my own sister, my own mother, and my cousins, and I said, no, I am not going to have that same story. You know, I am not going to get, you know, I'm not judging, but I'm like, I'm not going to get pregnant before I'm out of high school or just out of high school. I'm not going to go with someone who's abusive just to have someone in my life. I'm not, I was just like, in a way I kind of sort of did with my relationship with my mom. But at the same time, I always told whenever I did have a boyfriend, I said, the minute you touch me will be the last time you touch me. And the first time you ever say anything vulgar or detrimental to me, that's going to be it. I was not playing. I was not going to. And I just wish more women can see this and say, nope, this is not what I'm doing. I am going to forge my own path. And there's beautiful examples like Ginger for you with those kids. They saw what a loving mother would be like. They could see that women could be loving and caring and nurturing. And for all you know, that child who wanted you to be her mama, she may remember you. And as she gets older, she may be the kind of mama that she remembered seeing or that she felt she had in you, and not necessarily
That
her
would be a
biological
blessing.
mother.
That would be a
Mhm.
blessing.
And Mandy, oops. Sorry, let's see. I want to go click on Mandy. There she is. Well, the chat jumped. There we go. Hello, Mandy.
Hi.
Mandy the
Hello,
Mystic
Mandy.
Tarot is here. And Lori says, in my family, we are breaking and healing the generational trauma cycle. Myself, my daughter, and granddaughter united a few years ago. It is a slow process and is working well for us. That's beautiful. Because some people don't think that we can do that, and there's always different points of view. And some say, well, how can sending healing energy to the past when those people are probably already reincarnated and in this lifetime, how can us sending healing energy back then affect the present when it's been just so far back? And it's like, well, maybe we can just, it might help make the energy a little bit stronger coming forward and helping us. Who knows? Who really knows how this works?
Yeah.
But as long as the attention is there to heal and you hold that, especially for this immediate generation, like Lori said, with her granddaughter and her mom, at least those few generations, can experience healing, and that can carry forward into the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get the words out.
Anyway, so all that divine feminine energy for all of us Wonder Women out there who show love and compassion to any individual that comes across our path. And, I often would say before I went to work, may whomever I look at, glance at, smile at, who's ever in the vicinity of me, may they feel love and healing where they need it most.
That's beautiful. And you know what, Ginger? Yesterday, when I was in Buffalo waiting for my friend Kate to arrive, I was sitting there waiting, and there was a table of young people up and over. And I just happened to look, and I looked at the one girl. I don't know why I was drawn to her. I just looked at her. She looked up at me. She saw me looking at her. She smiled. I smiled, and we went like this. And then we went back our ways. And it was just that moment of just not like
a connection.
Who you looking at, it
energetic
was just like,
connection. Yeah.
It was a beautiful smile between two strangers, and it was genuine.
Yeah.
And that made me feel so good. And I hope it made her feel good too.
Yeah.
Well,
so
when
exactly
you
what you just
like
said.
that, it's very special because it's so rare. You know?
Yeah. It was at a coffee shop, and I just looked over. It was just so weird. It was just like that timing. So maybe that was meant to happen. Maybe she needed a smile. Even though she was with friends. And Ange, forgiving those who have hurt us means we can move on in our lives. Forgiveness doesn't excuse the harm done, or it doesn't mean you have to interact with those people, but it sets you free. And today is the 20-year anniversary of my mom passing. And I still can say I forgive, but I can't feel it. It's not like a poison, because I'm still working through the trauma, because new trauma comes up as I get older, because I learn more things. I hear more stories. I have people kind of share their pain with what they experienced with my mom, and which ends up showing me things that I didn't know about. So it's going to take a long time, and for people to tell you, well, you need to be done now, you need to be forgiven now. It's just like, no, we all heal at our own pace. We really do. So
That's why
yeah,
shadow work is so important.
it is. Yep, I
But
had
it's
a reading.
hard. It's hard work. It's
Yeah.
you know, that's why people don't really want to do it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when
It's not easy.
when you carry a grudge or a feeling of hate, which you know many times should be justified, really. I mean, horrible things have happened, but when you carry it with you, it damages you. It doesn't hurt the person that did it to you.
Right.
I mean, you know, they're gone or they don't care. They could care less. But when we continue to hold on to something like that and don't, at least rather than be like that, if you can just open your hand, just open up a little bit so that some of it can leave, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I get angry, and sometimes when I have moments where when I'm working through that, and it's just like I'll yell and I say, why do I still have, and then, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I don't constantly hold it, but when things come up, you have to honor those feelings. You can't
Well, if I
say
can
that.
share.
I had a wonderful mother. I had a wonderful mother who loved me unconditionally. But I realized that is rare, you know, and I can't imagine living with a woman that would be my mother that didn't nurture me and love me like she did. I mean,
You're blessed.
a nightmare. I mean, I can't even imagine what it would be like, you know? And so I'm very empathetic or sympathetic towards people that don't have what I had.
You know what I had done that helped me tremendously was come to the understanding when I found out more things about my mother, come to the understanding of why she ended up being that kind of person that she was. I won't go into details because that's not what this is about. But what I did was I went into a meditation and met with her in a meditation. Now, forgiving it's hard. That's a fine line word for me. But what I did in my meditation was let her know that I understood. And again, I'm not going to go into detail, but the fact that I met with her face to face in my meditation and let her know that I understood was a huge relief. A little bit different than forgiving, but it's that understanding of uh, why she was the way she was, and she unfortunately didn't have knowledge of spirituality the way we do today, where we can change up our energy at any time and take it and choose a different path and choose who we want to really be like instead of being the result of, and that really it really helped me out. So I recommend that to anybody. Go into a meditation and talk with your person who you felt unloved by.
Yeah.
And Moira says, studying my mother's astrology helped her understand so much. So maybe astrologies as well. But everybody is sharing, again.
I love it.
Lori says, Nancy, you're so blessed. I did not have one. I was one of the parents in elementary school. So, and Ange, memories, good or bad, get locked into ourselves. Yes. Part of working through our pain and trauma is part of unlocking those emotions and feelings and memories at a cellular level. And I had a friend, and one of the people who used to be my best friend, that I'm having to work through trauma and shadow work because of something she did to me. When she had a car accident, she was doing something called rolfing, and it's where during certain types of meditation and physical therapy, the memories, she's right, the memories are contained in our cells. And her body was remembering the trauma of her body getting thrown and twisted in this car, and her body was remembering, and it was moving involuntarily on its own as she was going through this work and releasing it. So cellular memory in our cells, very true, according to what she said. Nancy says, I was blessed with a wonderful mom. I miss her every day. And my mom was good too for those years where I didn't know what was going on when I was younger. But and then as I got older though, and into my 20s, into 30s, and then into the 40s, then I started learning stuff and seeing more, but I still have good memories. It's just that again, like somebody was just sharing a few minutes ago, I think it was Amanda. I had friends, Heather, who wouldn't even talk to me until after I journaled. They kept saying, get over it, do your work, rather than realizing some people don't get over it. And this is sad because we're supposed to hold that space for our friends, for each other, and understand. Just like grief, there's step process, but we're not all the same. We're not robots. We're not automatons. We all aren't the same. And so we are going to jump back and forth between those different stages. This is what I've learned in my groups, and to be able to, and for someone to do that to you, Amanda, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I have to say, what truly I think helped me personally was having a grandmother that was loving and caring and made me feel like I'm loved. And that, to have that experience is what made me go, wait a minute, this isn't the way life is supposed to be. There's people who love and nurture, and I'm like, well, that's who I'd rather be like. So that's what I moved forward with. Not everybody has grandma, grandpa, auntie. Some people have aunties, but I think if it weren't for my grandmother, I have a strong feeling where my path would have gone. So I was blessed that I had a role model to go by.
Yeah, when my mom left my dad, it was just like I became, it was like nobody in the family wanted anything to do with me because of the behaviors I didn't know my mom had been doing. So when my mom left my dad, I was cut off from all family. My grandma, who's behind me, that picture, she ended up developing, dementia and stuff. And so, you know, when I would get to see her, when I had time with my dad, I'm like, I want to go see grandma, you know and of course, I would talk to her, and then a few minutes later, so what's new with you? But I didn't mind. Whereas my nana on my mom's side, she had been so abused and stuff by her husband, my mom's dad, and the beatings and stuff, and then the darkness that kind of filled her life. I was always scared of her. I didn't like the energy, so I was never at all, close to her. So really I had no one else to go to. So um, it's just one of those things that's part of the trauma. We all come from different histories of people that we've had to. And this is beautiful. Jane says, I'm so glad I had a talk with my mother. She is still alive. She is 90. I
Nice.
was self parented as well. And so I'm so happy, Jane, that you got the closure that you
That's
needed.
beautiful.
Um, Yeah, there was no way I could get mine. There was just until the very end, it was all, it was just all bitter and stuff. So there was no way of really talking and moving and working through things. So what a blessing.
Maybe if we're going to do readings tonight, they can be healing messages for everybody.
That is beautiful. I like that. And everyone's still sharing. We're at 6:07. Ginger, how are you doing on time
I'm
and
doing
energy?
well. I'm
Okay,
doing
because,
well.
okay. Um,
Energy, I'm not sure, but I'm doing well.
So there's
um,
so many people sharing.
I know.
Would love to be able to put Eric, but we can all go back to and watch on playback. But oh, wait a minute, what's here? Nancy, you commented. Mama Sushi, what did she say? Um,
She said, I was meant to heal things alone for Aurora.
that's beautiful. Yep,
Yes.
and that's one of the most precious gifts right there that you can give your daughter is being able to say, you know what, this ends with with me, and you're going to have a different experience, and you're going to have a different, I mean, that's one of the most beautiful gifts that you can give to a child these days, really.
I just love those pictures of her. She is so precious.
She is. She's gorgeous. And Ange said, I just want to thank everyone here up on panel and in chat for sharing some personal and vulnerable things here tonight. Sending lots of love to you all. Loads of love. So, yes. And thank you, Moira. That's very sweet of you. So, who would like some healing energy readings from the Divine Feminine? Go ahead, put me in big capital letters, and let's start pulling some cards. And this coming Friday is new moon. Ginger, well, I'm going to sneak a little in. Ginger and I are getting together. I got my calendar right here to make sure I got the day right, for new moon readings on Wednesday at 8 p.m. So we'll be doing new moon readings, and I was sent a link to another astrologer on YouTube from medium Betsy Palmer. I have to rewatch. She sounds amazing, and she was talking about how our spiritual sun, which I think is supposed to be Sirius or Polaris, whichever is in the sky, is going to be also energetically opening a gate along with Neptune going retrograde. I'll have to send the video to, or post it to my community tab. She's wonderful. I absolutely love her energy. So, okay, I better start, because when I talk, I look away because I have to keep my I'm getting OCD.
Start starring.
I better start starring. So, alrighty. But yes, I will share her. It's really fascinating. So let me. Okay, 7. I think I got. Oops. Here, let me. Hold on a second. Oop. Nope. See now my. Okay, I'm having problems now with my StreamYard. It freezes up, and then I can't get people's comments off. There we go. Okay, so Mandy, Amanda, Jonathan. Okay, we have 10. So, alrighty. And we'll start with, let's see, the first one I saw was Moira.
I've got cards for my Moira.
How many cards are you guys pulling each?
I'm going to pull just a couple because we have so many requests. So I'll probably pull about 2, no more than 3.
Here we go.
And let me put Nancy on the big screen.
Moira, the first card that I got for you, and I love this and this is something that we all need to remember. It's the card of safety, and it says you are held. And this is the new deck that Ange gifted me.
Sweet.
It is the Goddess Love deck, and I absolutely love it. The second card is to turn criticism into kindness. Don't respond to negativity with negativity. And that when we're able to do that, that's when we rise. That's when our vibration rises, and we grow spiritually. And that's what I have for you, sweetie.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. Give it over to Miss Ginger.
Oh, me.
Unless you're still shuffling.
No, I can do this. What I'm going to do is, since I brought up, Fae energy, Fae goddess energy. Fae are the healers of the earth, and they watch over all living things. And then I'm going to pull a card from Mother Kuan Yin, because how can we not? So, all right.
Perfect.
Moira, dear. I'm loving this energy. Okay. This particular card, Moira, is just calling to how much beautiful healing energy that you have, and within your hands you can heal anything. And so you're being called upon to here's what I haven't done in a while. I gotta start doing it again. When I'm working, I just get that energy going, and I get an energy ball going, and I fill it with love and healing. And I will put out the affirmation, anyone whom I touch or just brush a finger against, may healing go where they need it most. And even if I can't touch them, somehow, some way, let that healing, push that energy to them. So you have this wonderful, wonderful healing energy here, Moira. And then also with this card, you are a protector. So that's within you to protect and to heal. So keep moving forward with that energy. And then we have beloved Kuan Yin. Focus. Tai Chi rising. Your energy, this is serendipitous. Your energy field is growing stronger with more spiritual electricity pulsing through your being. Take the time to nourish your nervous system as it adjusts, and be gentle with yourself as you adjust to increasing levels of spiritual potency, which gives you more impact to your words, actions, and thoughts. May you be strong and merciful, powerful and wise in equal measure.
That's a beautiful deck. I love that deck.
Sending you lots of love, Moira.
And she says, been gardening all day. The Fae.
I love it.
And she also said, thank you, Nancy, for your reading. And Moira also says, thanks, Ginger, on a much needed holiday in my backyard.
Awesome.
Lovely. Which makes sense for the card that I got for you on the first cards, Moira, from my new deck, also from the lovely Ange in chat. And it's homebody. And this is saying that in our homes is where we heal. Some days we feel more safe, more protected being in our homes, being in our sacred spaces, like you out in the garden with nature, with your fae, and just connecting with Mother Earth. From my new ancient stones, I got trust your visions, intuition, and planting seeds, scrying. So going within, creating those visions for yourself for healing, planting those seeds of healing. We got the new moon coming up. So this is a great time to start visualizing, either doing physical seeds, planting in your garden with the intention as they bloom for things to heal, for things to thrive. And also while they are growing and you're out in your garden, listening and talking to nature, the stones, the trees, the land, listening to the wisdom keepers that are in our yards. Again, the trees, the rocks, the land. And the one card I have from my Shadowscape, which is a Fae deck, is the Devil. So the Devil is about letting go of things that no longer serve you, things that kind of keep you in bonds, negative ways of thinking or feeling. And this could be traumas from the past. So start working on letting go of those things that no longer serve you. Let go of that trauma and break those chains and just get grounded and learn to be within yourself and listen to nature, your guides. They're there for you. So I pulled that same card for you the other day. Seriously? Well, then that's the message you got. I mean, yeah. Wow, Moira, that's interesting. Wow. All righty. Well, thank you for sharing that. You're welcome, my dear. So up next we have Kaylee.
Hello, hello.
And let's see which deck.
I'm ready for Kaylee. Kaylee, the first card I got for you is the card of shelter, and it says you are cherished. And this, oh, look at that! Isn't that precious? Just know that you are cherished and you are loved. The advice is to keep your thoughts positive, like you have a garland of flowers around your head. And when you can do that, your soul will be on fire. I love that for you. Such positive cards for you, Kaylee. That's what I have.
Oh, very nice. Miss Ginger.
Oh, hi. There's me.
There you be.
All right, Kaylee. I feel like that you are about to embark on a new journey along your path. This is the Three of Batons. It's a French deck. So you might see a little bit of nudity today, people, but it's very respectfully done. But I just see you getting ready. Right now, it's like you're surveying the land. You're surveying your path. You've already prepared for this journey. But along this journey, I think you may meet companions that it will be wise to collaborate with and get ideas with. But it's a beautiful journey that I see coming your way. So I'm not sure if you were intentionally setting forth, or this is just something that's going to be. I almost feel like it's going to be a spiritual epiphany. That will help lead you where you need to go, and what's your heart desires. It's time to maybe move forward with that. I have beloved Kuan Yin for you. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. This is Radiant Moon of Compassion. Kuan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion. Now we do have the new moon coming up, so let's see. Pouring forth the spiritual strength needed for you to liberate yourself from a lower vibrational energy of fear and judgment, and the shift into the vibration of freedom, love, and peace, where you naturally belong. You are being urged to use this power to grow spiritually, freeing yourself from a situation that would otherwise dim your bright spirit. In other words, please pay attention to your thoughts and your words about yourself. Show yourself some compassion and don't utter any words of self-limiting beliefs. Because I really do think there's something spiritual that's going to come your way that will set you forth on a new journey, and maybe to find your tribe. Of course, we are your tribe, but you know what I mean. So that's what I have for you, Kaylee. Thank you for letting me read for you tonight.
And she says, love her. She's had her on her altar for the last month. Kuan Yin.
Kuan Yin, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a most beautiful statue of her today, but I really had no place for it. As I look around going, but could I?
Put her over there.
Oh.
So, all right, Kaylee.
Just know that you are a beautiful, beautiful soul, and you need to really get in touch with her again and bring her forth and embody that goddess within. Kaylee.
That's beautiful, definitely. Thank you, Ginger. And so, Kaylee, I have 3 cards for you, 2 from the new human spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first card, I know that you were mentioning that things have been rough over the weekend. And the first card I have is Am I Blue? And so right now, it's okay to cry. I mean, we've had a couple conversations backstage where we talk about it's okay to cry, it's okay to heal. It's all right to it's okay to heal, but to cry, to not be afraid of showing tears, to be able to have compassion for ourselves when we go through these moments of sadness, depression, or despair. Just crying and letting things out. And I love it's kind of like it helps also to cleanse and open up our third eye so that we can see things clearly. The other card from that deck that I wanted to read the book from is called Cry for the Moon. And so this one here is much stronger out of the two, which I wanted to share. And it says, have you ever wanted something so bad that you would plead or barter your soul? A need so strong that you would almost give up who you are. What have you allowed to have that much power over you? That's something to really sit and journal with and feel into safely, ground and make sure you're in a safe space emotionally, but to really kind of sit down, journal, and ground with those questions. Sometimes it says here, sometimes when something we want is out of reach or impossible, it is for a good reason. It's not that we don't deserve it or that we aren't worthy of the things that we want. It is often that the universe has sorry, it is often that the universe has to make room for something even better in our lives. And sometimes we don't even realize that. And my last card for you is the healing waters, making waves. Momentum is building. It's your chime, your achievement. And I know that you've been studying aqua lead, Reiki healing with Tanis. And to me, this is a beautiful affirmation card that as you're processing, these waves are coming up, these motions, just know that you're healing, processing, and you're beginning your practice, and that you're going to be able to hold that space for others while you're doing healing with them because you've been there and you have that extra special kindness. I think a lot of us all have been to a place where we're healers because we've experienced really deep wounds, and that we have that compassion. Whoops, we have that compassion naturally within us to be able to help others when they come to us. So there's that trust, that bond. So that's what I have for you, Kaylee, my dear. The paragraph you're reading, yeah, it's beautiful. Yes, I will send that to you, Kaylee. Not a problem. And I just spent time at the ocean with lots of waves. There you go.
Love that.
Making waves, playing in the waves, whatever it is, that you need. So, all righty. Next up, you're welcome, is Moira. Oh, no, wait a minute. We already did Moira.
I was going
Fatima.
to say, didn't we?
Sorry, I forgot to remove the comments as I'm going because of my things, freezing up on me here. So Fatima is next.
My barking dogs, I muted myself. I have 3 cards for Fatima. The first one is the importance of grounding. It says stop, drop, and ground. It's so important to be grounded at all times. So that is one of the messages for you, Fatima. The other one is a card of hope, and it says out of darkness comes light. And, sometimes we just have things in our lives that are sad. And there's always hope. There is always hope. And the final card for you, I love this card for you, Fatima. It's the card of grace. And it says, ask for guidance. Prayer moves us into a personal connection with the divine. When we remember to ask, we are bathed in grace. Grace calms us and reassures us. Painful lessons are essential to our growth. If you have been experiencing a dark night of the soul, remember to ask, listen, and receive grace, the unearned gift. That's what I have for you. I love that.
That's beautiful. Lots of beautiful readings tonight, ladies.
Fatima. Okay. I'm getting a lot of energy from this card, and it's a healing energy, and it's about you getting together, and it doesn't have to be a physical, it could be like online like we're doing, but getting together with some people who you hold dear in your heart. And when you pray together and work together, sending out loving and healing energy, look how it grows into the universe. So I feel that you have this wonderful ability of manifestation, but to the healing sense of manifestation. Like you can truly picture someone, picture their heart, their mind, their soul, send healing to them, and they receive it, and they might not know what's happening at the time, but I feel like when you get together with others and do this, that it grows more and more powerful. Now, this is the Three de Pentacles, but this is a common, Three of Pentacles is about getting together, collaborating, doing something you love. But this particular image, if you could see that they're creating energy here. And the more they create it, the more it expands into the universe. And that love, healing, and compassion is carried out like tenfold. I don't know if you have this ability, that you have this ability. That's what I'm getting here in this picture. For Kuan Yin, you have Reveal the Peacock Beauty. My eyes are going funky. The peacock is stunning and graceful, and is displays his beautiful, beautiful tail of colors proudly. You too are a great beauty. Within you resides a glorious being of light with the ability to create. And this 3 is about creation. Your intentions, decisions, and particularly your words are becoming more powerful. Now, I'm kind of smiling and giggling because I did not read this before I read this, and it just kind of sums everything up. Enjoy wise use of your creative power to express the beauty within you, asking for divine blessings upon your plans, projects, and words. So, they are wonderful, Fatima. I love that. And you're always, always sending wonderful blessings and comments.
Yes, she is.
During chat. So this is one of the reasons why Fatima won a reading from me.
Oh, how beautiful. All righty. Thank you. And just really quick, Moira made a comment. Lots of 3s from the deck, Ginger.
That's true.
That you're pulling tonight. Yeah. So, Fatima, I'm going to start out with, I have 3 cards for you. Easy does it. Look at that. I love the colors, everything on this. So it says here, inhale. I'm going to say the clean version because
it's not past 9 o'clock.
It's not past 9 o'clock. So it's inhale the good stuff, exhale the bad. We love this sassy mantra because they are absolutely words to live your life by. So this is about taking a breath, slowing down. It says here, you cannot always be the one giving 100% all the time. And I know that this has come up many times in readings for you from us, especially with my cards. Not only is it exhausting to you, but it also can be exhausting to those around you. So just being able to, all right, easy does it. Taking a breath in, taking a breath out, stepping back, making sure you're giving time for you. It says here, maybe you prefer meditating, gardening, or curling up for a cat nap. Take at least 10 minutes a day to unwind and let go of the demands of life. And these next 2 cards just go right into it. From my Shadowscapes, I got the Fool card. And look at, she's right there perched. Her arms are wide open and she's just ready to fall into the beautiful wind. She knows the birds are going to carry her. Her fox is there with her to guide her. Just that sense of freedom, release, and just having faith and letting go. And when you fall and let go, where do you go, my dear? Into the arms of the Great Mother. Surrender to the mystery. Fall into her arms. So again, just giving everything. I know you say your prayer, you do the rosary, you work with Mother Mary, which I'm wearing her today, by the way. So just falling in, giving, just letting go of everybody else's BS, focusing on you, your time to yourself, and just giving over and surrendering to the Mother. Just beautiful. I love this deck. The artwork is always gorgeous. So that's what I have for you, my dear. And next up is Nancy Riker. Are you all ready, Miss Nancy? Because I know you've been.
Yes.
You sure?
The first card I have for you, Nancy, is release self-doubt and let go of fear. So if you have any self-doubt, just try to work through it and let go of any fear that you might have. Because this card says magic happens when you least expect it. And I love that for you. But you have to be open to it. The next card I got from you is from my Crone's Wisdom deck. And it's the card that says night. And I love this. It says, we have another life between sunset and sunrise. The dark net of night falls upon us, allowing us to rest and regenerate. The dreaming subconscious uses our imagination to teach and enlighten. Dreams can be the first stepping stones to manifesting reality. Rest in the field of all possibility. Travel beyond space and time. Sleep peacefully and remember to dream. And a lot happens in our dreams. You know, we don't always remember it. But our dream time is very, very important, because many times in our dreams is when our angels and spirit guides attempt to communicate with us. And so you need to be open to that. You know, I've said if you are wanting advice or communications from your guides and your angels and your ancestors, you need to set the intention before you go to sleep. Have like a ritual that prepares you for your dreams, and have the intention that you will remember them. And that's what I have for you. I think your spirit guides and angels are really wanting to communicate with you, Nancy. And dreaming is one way, or also through for we just have to be still and we have to listen. That's what I have for you.
Thank you, Nancy. And Nancy says, I have many dreams. And yes, Teresa, these cards are all beautiful. Yes, they are.
Oh, hey, Miss D.
Miss Tarot D's in the house.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my dear.
Talk about goddess energy.
I know.
You just feel that love she's sharing.
I sure do.
Oh, it's me. It's me.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. So when I was pulling from the one deck, two said I have to both be read. So the first one, Le Sol. That can be taken two ways. Soleil, like the sun, the soleil, and then the soul, your soul's in. So here's what I have for you is I'm not sure if you've been going through anything that makes you feel a little less than, but this card indicates that the sun is it's rising for you. It's time to come out of the darkness. That could be even you just loving to be the hermit woman like me. But it's time to come out and share your energy with others. Stop hiding you. You have such a beautiful, brilliant, shining, compassionate energy within you. And it's time for you to spread some of that energy. It will not only help others, but will help you and make you feel better on a soul level. And then the card that insisted to come out is that portal card that I've always said, you know, two of wands is a portal card for me. There's a portal opening for you, and it's your time to step through this portal with beauty and grace and confidence. So ask your guides, call upon your guides to lead you to this beautiful portal that is opening for you, so that you, and ask them to help you recognize this so that you can move through it with beauty and grace. It is time for you to stop hiding whatever it is within you that you've been hiding. I could be way off base, but this is what I'm getting from here. Beautiful Kuan Yin. Loving these cards. Did I do this one already?
Mm-hmm.
Radiant Moon of Compassion. So I'll read it again. Kuan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion, pouring forth spiritual strength needed for you to liberate yourself from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment and shift into a vibrational freedom, love, peace, and where you naturally belong. You're being urged to use this power to grow spiritually and free yourself of a situation that would otherwise dim your bright light. So there's that portal opening for you to shine your beautiful light.
That's such a sweet deck of cards. I love the artwork. The ones
The
in French.
oh, God bless.
The Kuan Yin's gorgeous, but the French are so
Oh,
lovely.
yeah.
They're so delicate.
It's one of the decks that I may not have normally chosen, but I don't know, it called to me, and it's certainly a lot of fate energy, and I really get some powerful messages from this deck. So I'm just, if I had a soul deck, this would be one of them.
And yes, Nancy says, yes, I feel less at times, health issues with mobility and difficult issues. Thank you, Ginger. Very beautiful.
You're very welcome.
Nancy. So Nancy, I have a couple books here because these are the cards I pulled were from a couple decks. They have so much information. So a little lighthearted to start out with. Ducks in a row. Are your ducks in a row? I don't think so. Look at the ducks all over the place. And the opening line to this card is, "You quack me up." No, seriously. Those are the two lines. Look at your duckies, just making a mess everywhere. So this is about making a point to avoid chaos, clutter, and mishaps. Getting organized, decluttering, and getting yourself organized, especially when you feel overwhelmed, feeling helpless. They said that once you have everything in line that needs to be strained up, organized, and in its place, things will flow more easily. The healing will flow more easily. So that was from that deck. And then I ended up pulling from my witch oracle, Total Woman in Control of Herself. It's a very thick book, but you got the Wonder Hunter. And look at her riding on her deer, on her stag,
one deer.
the butterflies.
Wonder deer.
Yes. Wonder Deer. So it is the Wonder Hunter. And everything she wrote, I'm sticking to the last section here. This is where I was drawn to. A witch knows she cannot live by logic or emotion alone. She is aware that the wide world is a never ending story full of surprises and splendors. She trusts that the universe, in its benign generosity, conspires to delight her. So she takes time to open her heart wide to receive both blessings, tiny and great. Mostly, this looks like standing in awe, willing to be astonished. As Kafka once said, remain sitting at your table and listen. Do not even listen, simply wait, be quiet, still, solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. So, healing messages from the divine feminine, getting organized, decluttering thoughts in the head, the physical clutter, and just getting yourself um, in shape, as in getting everything around you where you don't feel overwhelmed, you don't feel like things are chaotic, or you don't feel that they call that like paralysis, analysis paralysis, where everything just it has its place, and then things open up, and then you can jump on your deer, your stag, and explore the wonder, the beauty, and the splendor of life around you. And when you feel those feelings, That is one of the best medicines. Nature, feeling happy, having a good laugh. And the last card is just perfect for, I think, as a collective too, for for everything that we've been discussing today. I got break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future.
There we go.
So there we go. We're all in line, walking through into that dark unknown, but that's just a beautiful place in the void to heal, to celebrate, and to honor, our ancestors, and not just their past, but ours too, through life, no matter what age we are. So breaking the chain, moving forward, and there's Jupiter. There's my planet. I just love Jupiter. So alrighty, and that's what I have for you, Nancy. Thank you.
Is Miss Tarot D still here?
Miss Tarot
A
D,
moment ago
are
she
you
was.
here?
Well,
And hello, Jeff.
when she came into the chat, I said, "Oh, Miss Tarot D is here to share some love," and a card flipped out, and I wanted to read it to her if she is here.
Well, if you go ahead and read it, I'll let her know what timestamp. Mm-hmm.
Well, I said she's here to share some love.
Jackie.
A card of sharing popped out, just flew out.
Aww.
And it says, sisterhood is more important than ever. By sharing our emotions, fears, and changes, we empower each other's growth. Seek out companionship with those you trust and feel comfortable with. Sharing makes everything better, whether it be food, work, or laughter.
Aww.
And I just felt that was just right for her. That was kind of weird the way it flipped out like that.
Well, there you go, and I will let her know. We were at 1:40 timestamp when you started to read that. So, Mandy, are you still here, my dear? Mandy the Mystic. I haven't seen you in chat in a few minutes, so so if we'll wait to see. Alrighty. So while we're waiting to see if Mandy's here, I know what I believe Tropical Empress. Are you here? Yep, she is here. And Allison said that's a lovely card for Miss Terry.
Mandy is here.
Oh, Mandy is here. Okay, so what we're going to do is Mandy, and then Tropical Empress. You will be next. All right. For some Mandy.
Okay, Mandy.
Yes.
The first card that I got for you is the card of rebirth, and it says, "Let go of the ties that bind." If there's something that's holding you back, you need to let them go and embrace the good that's all around you. Don't let anything hold you back. The second card is the card of risk that came out for you, Mandy, and it says, "Nothing is as perilous as stagnation." You risk everything if you risk nothing. Do something you feel you cannot do. Challenge makes us stronger. Be courageous. Take a chance. What do you have to lose? Dare yourself. So there is something that you are supposed to do. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can figure it out. And I love this card for you, Mandy. It says, "Prosperity's sisters are happiness and joy." That's beautiful.
It is. All righty. Thank you. And Ginger.
Hi, Mandy. I have a question for you, Mandy. Do you do any writing, whether it's journaling, writing a book, writing poetry? I have this card here, wondering if you are kind of having a little bit of writer's block. If so, you can call upon certain guides and archangels to help you with writer's block. If that's not what's going on, I think this is also a call for you too. You have written a book. Oh, wonderful. So maybe this is confirmation of this book where you've put such deep thought into. Are you sharing it with others? It might be a call for you to share it with others. But this is basically it's valet de pièce, which is the equivalent to a page. I'm I can't help but to wonder if this is telling me then that you've written a book. Good night, Nancy. To possibly write another one. But definitely there's something to do with writing. So, and because of her, this deck is called the Strange Antlers, and for me, this deck it just encompasses connecting with your higher team. So there may be. Oh, I'm wondering if this is automatic writing for you. Now that I've said that. I am wondering if you are being called to try some automatic writing, because there's this connection with the divine. That those little this is beginning stages of. So these little antlers are small right now, but they're going to grow. So I recommend looking into it if you have not yet, and get into some automatic writing. Ask your team to guide you and assist you with this and help grow that craft, because you may be able to help others as you do that. So that's what I have for you with that card, Wendy. You can do automatic writing. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So if you haven't done it in a while, I believe this message for you is to start working on it more, because I think you're more powerful than you realize. So, yeah. Let's see what Mother Kuan Yin. Look at that pretty. Beautiful. How graceful is this picture? This is Nectar of the Lotus. Your devotion to helping others has an effect of squeezing the heart chakra of the Divine Mother. From her heart drips nectar, sweet, sustaining, life-affirming energy that feeds you and allows you to nourish many souls. When you are full, well, and vital, you are able to nourish others. You are guided to receive your fill now for your own benefit and the benefit of all. So I believe this in this automatic writing, it's going to answer some deep questions for yourself, and then also enable you to help others. So, Mandy, that's what I have for you, sweetheart. I hope that message spoke to you. And thank you for letting me read for you tonight.
I love that Kuan Yin deck. That's so pretty. And Nancy, did you go? You did, right?
Jeez.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So, Mandy, I actually pulled from the Goddess Oracle, and I got the Goddess Maya, and she's all about illusions. And looking at the other two cards, there's an empowerment message and alignment message. So I was drawn to read some of the alignment message for you. And it says here, the Goddess Maya has come to give you some clarity now. How have you been in denial about your life lately? Have you been chasing after an outcome that eludes you? Do you want to believe in something or someone so badly, perhaps drawn by a potential you hope to see come to fruition, that you have lost your way and given your power over to them? So, your alignment task is to summon your courage and be willing to see things as they really are rather than the way you want them to be. This is about being honest with ourselves. Maya understands the seduction of the illusion of separation. Um, Once the illusion has faded, you are free to choose another path. And I'm going to end it there because I'm going to share the other two cards I have. I have the Akasha card, and your guidance is divinely guided. So, leaving the illusions behind, maybe of what someone might have put on you or thought, um, they felt would be an illusion or something to hold you back, maybe a thought or a hesitation, that illusion that we sometimes with ourselves that we're not good enough or we can't connect, whatever that illusion that needs to be let go of, that fear, let it go. get in touch with your guides, with it, your higher self. You are being divinely guided. And what you're going to be stepping into, like the book said, when you do, I got the priestess card for you. And look at that. You are being called to step up and lead. So I'm looking at this and saying and feeling, let go of any illusions that you have about yourself, your abilities, or what other people may be putting on you. She says, let that go, look past that, walk away from that, walk like she is towards her guides, her higher self, your divine calling, and become the priestess that you are. And that's what I have for you, Mandy. Thank you, my dear.
Wow, Mandy, I'm excited for you.
My goodness, yes. And I don't know if everyone saw, but Jackie did come in, and I did say hi, but I had to do it quietly. So Jackie is with us. Let's see. She goes, I used to do it every day, so I think about the automatic writing. That was
Yes,
fun.
yes. Time to pick it up
And
again.
wow. Yes, most
Definitely.
definitely. And next is Tropical Empress.
I have 3 cards for Amanda.
Okay.
And of course, I think Amanda is beautiful. But the first card that came out for you, Amanda, is you are perfectly beautiful.
Oh.
And I hope that you acknowledge that and believe that, because you need to love yourself just as you are. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to work on anything. You are perfect just the way you are. The second card is Nourish the Sacred Feminine. And you know, that goes along with this card. And believing that you're beautiful. But it's important to nourish the sacred feminine that's within us, because that's how she grows, and that's how she shows herself to other people. The final card that I got for you, Amanda, is the card of Earth. And this is what it says. In an endless cycle, the feminine, as ancient and eternal as nature, constantly rebirths herself. Come into the motion of the origin of all things. Come, be rocked and lulled by the mother deep. Remember to nourish her as she nourishes you. I love that for you, Amanda.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I have a card to go with it, but I'm going to give you over to Ginger.
Well, if you want to go, you can.
It's okay. You're my guest.
All right. We have Cavalier de Pes. So in this particular, this in English is the the Knight of Swords. But this particular knight, I was really looking at this image. His sword seems to be piercing an energy field, almost like he's going to pierce that energy field to step inside this vortex, almost this oh my gosh, so I feel like you have a lot of energy around you, and what's inside this energy field is a lot of, I don't know if this is guides, this is loved one. I don't know if you channel mediumship wise, or are these spiritual opportunities that are awaiting you, and you have this sword because this is your quest. You have a spiritual quest, and as you pierce the veil, you step inside, and all these magical gifts are waiting for you that will assist you in your quest. And so there's a lot of information out there waiting for you to really go deep inside, and this is where you're going to pierce this veil. I just this full of energy, and I can't keep saying that enough because I just feel so much here. Um, I'm also getting the image, and that's not what it is, but it's almost as if there's a full moon here as well. So maybe around the full moon, use or lunar energy, um, lunar energy as a whole. It doesn't have to be the full moon, but something about using the lunar energy, piercing a veil, stepping into that void, we'll call it. And so, yeah, so that's just a quest I see you really going after. Or it's accelerating. I know, by your name, Tropical Empress, this is just about you moving right ahead. I am in tune with mediumship. I do see spirit orbs multiple times. Okay, okay. So yeah, so I'm just thinking you soon will be just let's say not awakening. What do I want to say? Ascending into a different phase of this mediumship. And so yeah, let's see what Mother Kuan Yin. Oh my goodness. Look at all these hands. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So, Amanda, many hands of the goddess. The goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects in many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she is assisting you now, which makes a lot of sense with all this that I'm seeing around here, all these little orbish gifts and stuff. So this is telling me that you have that ability to be able to handle all that. So move forward with that, definitely.
Very
Yeah, so that's what I have
nice.
for you, Amanda. I'm excited.
Thank you. Yeah. And Amanda, wait, wow, these cards I got for you, that we got for you.
Who we got for
Says,
you?
I want to be part of this reading. So, Amanda, the blue flame, look at that. Coming through the portal, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. So this is I can't remember, I think this is I believe in South America, but there is this wall and it's just flat rock, but there's like an entrance way. And so a lot of people from the area, people who are medicine men, shamanic practitioners, people who go there for healing, um, have seen energy coming through. It's a portal. And this beautiful bluish purple light is that activation of you coming through the portal and or seeing people coming through the portal. And each card relates to a portal in some way. And Nancy had gotten the earth card for you. I got inner earth. And again, look at this beautiful. It's like there's that portal you go walking through, and there's other whole dimension, this whole other whoops, and it says you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So leaving the past behind, you're moving through into something new. You're going within yourself, within your inner divine feminine. You're connecting with, again, that medicine aspect, because the shamanic journeys, going to the underworld or going to inner earth to meet your guides, to meet your animal totems, like through that portal right there. That is leading you to the inner earth, your inner earth, your inner landscape. And I also got this card for someone earlier. Oh, with the claws, Mozzie. Sorry, he's sticking his claws into my leg. So making waves, momentum is building. It's your chime and achievement. So you just moved into your new home. You're building your channel. You're coming into your power. You're trusting your abilities. Again, walking into like what Ginger was getting with like that portal, that orb, that energy. You're walking towards into another one as well. So keep that walking, keep moving, and keep embracing who you're becoming. It's a beautiful card of becoming. And as you're going through this, that healing can take place, like with the inner earth. You'll survive this. So whatever that was in the past that you're healing, You'll survive this, and you're coming into your own. It's beautiful cards, Amanda. So, thank you for letting us read for you. Yes, love the kitty. Me too. So we're done with the reading. So we're just going to lift him up really quick. Say bye bye, Auntie Ginger and Auntie Nancy, and we'll see everybody later. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if I didn't bring him up, he wasn't going to leave me alone. So, Jonathan, are you still here, my dear? Oh.
What the Fae, Jonathan? You caused a lot of ruckus on the jammy party, you and your grape nuts.
Who brought that up again earlier in another show? I think it might have been you, but that was hysterical. We're all, and I'm just sitting there looking at the screen, and I see that coming across. I'm like,
I was crying so hard I couldn't get a hold of myself.
Oh, Jonathan, we love you. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. So Jonathan is up next, and Nancy usually has her cards first.
Okay. Hey, Jonathan. I have 3 cards for you, and I'm going to read in the book the third card, because this is a new deck, and I want you to get the full whammy of the message. But the other cards that I have for you, the first one is the card of protection, and it says Goddess has your back, that you are protected. And then the second card is you are pure magic. And I feel like you are, Jonathan. But this is what Spirit is saying. The final card that I got from you is from the Dream Gate Oracle. I don't know if you have that. I don't know if you have that deck or not. But the card that came out for you is Move with Grace. And I'm going to hold it up as I hope you can see that.
That's beautiful.
It says, I move with integrity. I act, speak, and express with kindness. And it says, your inner frequency contains the brilliant architecture of your soul. When this card is revealed, you are encouraged to dive into the grace you hold within. Tune into your life force and reclaim. Just a second here. The keys that guide you to your highest, most optimal self. We are living through an evolutionary era where only what is true, authentic, and aligned with love will remain strong and sustainable in the long run. Everything we cling to from a place of fear will fade away and fall by the wayside. All that moves away from grace is directed and formed through resistance. And the questions are, how can I move with more grace in my life? And how can I identify with the grace around and within me more? And it says, let the internal forces within you gently adjust you as you continuously learn to move with even more grace through your thoughts, your choices, and your daily self-love. Over time, you may have learned that what you authentically share is a reflection of your soul, and that there is no need to hide your beauty anymore. As you do this, you are safe to be expressive and open your heart to the world. Continue to collect the experiences that best serve your growth and spirit. Learn to forgive yourself and others. Holding on to resentment will only force you to swim against the tides. Let your waters be calm and move with gentle grace. And that's the message I got for you, Jonathan.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. That's beautiful. Beautiful artwork in that deck. What you got, Ginger?
I might have to use my pinky here. This is a tattoo that put my little pinky. Jonathan, okay, this is Renee Depis. This is Queen of Swords. The symbol on that is tattooed on her is a Nordic symbol of victory and protection. So it's like two folds. Not only are you divinely protected, but you are here. One of your purposes here is to be the protector of others. And within this divine feminine energy, she's like the most knowledgeable queen. And with the use of her, is there something like that? I don't know if that's meant to be her hair. Maybe that's meant to be her hair. But the divinity within her is that divine connection. And this sword has these, for me, the symbol of the connection to the divine. So this is where you get such knowledge, but I'm going to go back to ancient knowledge with this. So it could be something that you might be meant to start going back into like past life energy. You might have some Nordic past life energy, and they're holding information for you. But know that you are meant to be victorious here on this 3D earthly realm, and victorious in by way of how you channel and help people. You're looked up to, as this Renee is, and she just holds such wonderful energy. So I don't know. Take a look at that. Plus, this is I think this is a rune symbol made up of 8 other runes. So, by the way, how's that rune set coming, Jonathan? Maybe it's channeling to get those runes out there.
Ooh.
Oh,
I like this.
A past life healing coaching program. There it is. There it is. Well, let's see what Mother Kuan Yin has for you. That is beautiful. Look at that. It says the Yin Empress. The Yin Empress brings peace, prosperity, and success to her beloved devotees. Your sole purpose includes healing and empowerment of the divine feminine, the Yin Empress herself. Yod, God, goddess, whichever. We'll call it Yoddess. But it says you gain power, assistance, and the untold blessings in your sole purpose. You are lifted and supported in your sacred work now. Be at peace. You shall thrive victoriously. Oop, there I showed it. Oop.
Oh, it's okay. I've got decks that show the.
Well, I don't know what YouTube, docks you for and not. So, yeah, Jonathan, this.
I have no worries.
I love this.
That's beautiful. And he says he's also using tarot for past life healing, a class.
Yes.
So wonderful, Jonathan. Wow. Wish I could get to Hawaii. I'd take your class.
I know, right?
All righty. Thank you, Ginger.
Thank you,
Jonathan, we got some interesting cards. So from my human spirit, and it says here, Yas Queen or King, you are a strong and beautiful person. Sometimes we can forget that in the static that is our everyday experiences. It also feels great when we are reminded of that from outside sources, a type of validation. Every now and again, we just need to take a moment to reflect, give ourselves some self-love, and remember how amazing we are. Look in that mirror and see your full potential. I am possible. I am enough. I am a radiant being of love and light. And yes, you are, Jonathan. Shh, don't tell anybody I said.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Give him a big head.
yeah. Whatever your affirmation might be, repeat it 9 times, reiterating how amazing you are. Next card is the resilient heart. It's time to rebuild. So, whatever in the past is now in the past, and you have this beautiful,
Beautiful
and
image.
from what you were sharing, with Ginger, with doing the class with the past life healing, this is that resilient heart. It's time to rebuild. This, I feel like, is an affirmation for all the healing that you've worked on, that you want to help people work with, especially with past life. So there again, there's healing, the whether it's an ancestral line, a karmic line, a spiritual line, or even a earth line, the earth itself. Because to me, this looks very beautiful. Like this is something you would see on Hawaii, beautiful flowing tropical flowers like this. So that's that beautiful card right there, Jonathan, for you. And then the last one I saved. I couldn't wait to share this one. It's Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And look at her. Look at all the animals. You got the elephants. You got the cats. You have the winged gargoyles or dragons. We know that you have the Dracovid energy in there. With the dragon, you have the eagles. So they're just that beautiful. You're part of the Earth Keepers. I mean, you live on what many believe is Lemuria, where the animals, nature, everything was such on a high, beautiful spiritual vibration, and love and compassion and healing was taught. And you're continuing that forward, spreading wings, opening up your wings. You're a keeper of the earth. You're a protector of the earth. You guard it and you help people reconnect with that beauty. And there's the ancient ancestors. They are beside you, especially the ones on that island. Um, your class, your sessions will be bringing um, a lot of deep healing and connection for people back to the earth and within themselves. So that's what I have for you, Jonathan. I just love this card. I couldn't wait to
I
show
see a
you
lot of
this card.
ancestral energy in that card too.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that beautiful?
Mm.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So that's what I have for you, Heather. Love this image. I see those hands every time I close my eyes. Oh, that's beautiful. And good night, Mandy. Thank you for letting us read for you and being here. I know it's very late where you are, so
Oh, is it? Where is she from?
she's in England.
Oh my
So
gosh, that is late.
about 2 o'clock in the morning. So
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Oh, you're welcome,
12,
Jonathan.
12 in the morning there.
And last but not least, T-Lynn. Teresa,
Hey,
are you
T-Lynn.
still here? I'm going to take a sip, unless Miss Nancy already pulled cards.
I thought Ange also asked for a reading. She didn't?
Did she? Did I miss it? I thought I got everybody. Ange, are you?
I don't know. Ange, did you ask for a reading?
Wonderful reading from all three of you wonderful women. Oh, you're welcome, Jonathan.
Let's see.
Oh, it's midnight. Okay.
I have cards for T-Lynn.
Yeah, they're 5 hours. She's here.
Okay.
T-Lynn's here, but I don't know about Ange, but let me give you over.
Okay. T-Lynn, I have 3 cards for you. The first one is a card. It says, slow down and rest. You need it. So maybe that's what you need to do. Because that really popped out. The second card is, I pulled a card from the Mother Mary deck for you, T-Lynn, and it's Our Lady of Blessings Bestowed. Sometimes we need signs from Spirit to help us remain devoted to our sacred life path when evidence of success in the physical realm eludes us. There is an art to detaching from outcome while still doing everything within your power to commit yourself to what matters to your heart. Blessings are taking shape. Although you cannot see it now, your soul is pulling off a master stroke of healing manifestation. And the final card is the card of abundance. And I love the hands in this. I think they're absolutely
That's beautiful.
beautiful. And this is what it says, T-Lynn. As wheat sways in an open field, allow love, strength, and goodness to fill you. In abundance, life flows through you, with you, and around you. Wealth is not measured by how much you have, but by how little you need. Be content. That's what I have for you.
Nice. Thank you, Nancy.
Oh,
Ginger.
hello. Hello, T-Lynn. All right, look at this card. Okay, so this energy in this card tells me what a nurturing person you are. But what is also telling me is the universe is recognizing all these seeds you've been planting and nurturing for your manifestations to come to fruition. Being the Eight of Pentacles, this is this is a universe recognizing the hard work you've put in throughout your lifetime, and it's almost time for you to have that karmic blessing come back to you as a reward for who you are and who you've been throughout your life, what you mean to others, how you've nurtured others, and the energy you've given to others. So this to me is that confirmation that it's soon coming to pass that you will reap your karmic rewards. And it also just a call to make sure that you are doing what you love and what brings you joy. And if this is a project that you're working on to bring in some income, this tells me it's going to be very rewarding for you, even if it's on that spiritual level. Yeah, so it's like those spiritual rewards are coming your way. That's what I'm getting from this particular card. Let's see what Mother Kuan Yin. Oh, this is beautiful. I still am in awe of the artwork in this deck.
Mm-hmm.
It says Mother of Mercy. Dispensions of mercy come when we are without recourse, ending a cycle of manipulation, unkindness, and unconsciousness. This spiritual assistance is offered to you now from a place of loving respect, kindness, and great spiritual power. Blessings to Kuan Yin, Mother of Mercy, who watches over us and with attentive love and cares for our spiritual progress. So again, for me, that's another confirmation of your karmic blessings are due for you, and you're to step into that power of the not I deserve it. It's I am blessed. So I ask you to invite in the blessings that are, and just say, I am open and receptive to the blessings that are coming my way and that are in my life now. And then they're just going to start flowing in for you, T-Lynn. So that's what I have for you, sweet dear.
Oh, wow. I don't think there's one. Every single card you've pulled from that Kuan Yin deck is just stunning.
It is
every
stunning.
single one of them. It's really beautiful. And hello, Christina. She has joined us. She's having where she is. It's morning, and she's having her morning tea break.
Oh.
So good morning to you, my dear.
Sip, sip.
Yeah. Well, yep. Sip, sip. In honor of Christina.
Cheers to everyone.
Yes. So, Christina, eating your words.
Yeah, this is T-Lynn.
I mean, T-Lynn. Sorry, Christina. I was just saying, thank you. T-Lynn, Teresa, my dear.
She's like, wow.
Your first card. Well, wouldn't it be a faux pas? That was meant for Christina, too.
Well, I was just going to say that, Christina, listen to this message.
So, this is kind of an important card because it says eat your words. And this is about watching the things that we say to people during the day, realizing that our words, have power, especially, if we have a bad day, we try not to lash out and take it out on other people. This could also be done to us as well. Um, but this card is just really having us focus on watching the things that we say to others, but also I think watching what we say to ourselves as well. So for healing, if somebody who has well, yeah, okay, yeah, this is a funny card, but and I'm going to look at it a different context in this way here. So Teresa, this is what the card typically says. This is when people say go out of their way to be rude, to be judgmental. Like we have the word rude in here, we got judgmental, um but also if you look at doubt, so we don't want to make sure that we're not speaking things to ourselves that hurt us as well, especially when it comes to the healing process. We have to watch how we do this. I feel like you've been working on trying to watch what you say to yourself, and even with everything the way the world is, people who don't have the same views as we do and hurt us, and we want to turn around and use those same words and things back to them. Yes, we're human, we err, and we will do it, but trying to be more mindful of what we say to others and to ourselves, for the healing process. And it was interesting because Ginger had the Eight of Pentacles. I have the Seven of Pentacles, and I love this because she got the little kitty laying right there with the bird. And so in this one here, she's just patiently waiting. Her tree is growing. It's growing to fruition, and there's no sense of disappointment or like anxiety. She just knows that it's going to take time. The bird's like, already one has come to you, one has fallen. And so this could very well be the one that you take and you work on and you add to the Eight of Pentacles as well. So this is all about having patience, waiting for things to come through fruition. Because sometimes healing takes a while. And, taking a cat nap, not rushing things. And then when we do, this is beautiful, lifting the veil. So again, anything that's unaligned must go, which takes me back to that first card, watching what we say to ourselves, whether what we believe in our future, believe in ourselves, or the future of the world, our country, whatever it is, just watching all the words that we say. And it is good to question what you're feeling, question where do these emotions come from, journal, connect. But when we do, we open that beautiful veil to ourselves, to other possibilities, to the universe. So, watching those words, making sure those words that are positive to open up the veils and not closing them down. So that's what I have for you, Teresa. Thank you for letting us read for you, and trying to make sure the cards go back to their right decks, because sometimes I mix them all together and then later I'm like, what's this card doing in this deck? So let me get you off the big screen here. And
you're right about Anne. I looked back in the chat and she did not say me.
Okay, so, and I even asked if she was in chat and I didn't see her, so she may have had to run off. But hello, TK. Thank you for all the hugs. Back to you as well. And that was our last reading, making sure we did Mandy, Amanda, Jonathan, and Lynn. T-Lynn. Yep. So we are all caught up. And wow, 2.5 hours, but it doesn't really feel like it.
No, it doesn't. And that chat, that was a very important chat.
Yes, it was. And again, I apologize. I couldn't bring up every single person's comment that they were leaving, but they were sharing so much in chat, supporting each other. That energy is going to ripple out, and that's what's important. So, Ginger, thank you for joining Nancy and I.
Absolutely.
And Jonathan says, perfect timing. My phone is almost dead.
Oh. Jonathan, too. That rune, I looked it up, and it's called the Helm of Awe. So I thought that was really interesting if you want to research
wow.
that. The Helm of Awe. But anyway.
Let's see here. Maybe the card was
Thank you for letting me come and join in the chats.
Oh my
and
goodness,
reading for you, for everybody.
You're always welcome. We just know that you couldn't do it because of your schedule. So you had time and you made time for us. So we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're sending love, Teresa, to your sister.
Lots of love, everybody. Oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh, what did I miss? Teresa's sister? See, I'm not seeing that on my...
She has COVID. And she was for prayers, please, for her.
How did I miss that?
You know, we don't hear about it that much anymore. So that was kind of like, what do you mean COVID?
The doctor's offices around here are, I mean, you have to go through this whole pre-registration thing all about COVID. So there must be some more cases that are coming back that, you know.
Oh, okay.
Did you see this, Ginger?
Yeah, I did. Just as you were bringing it up, I saw it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful symbol.
I'm sorry, TK. Lots of rest, as always. Plenty of fluids, water. She's strong. We all are. She'll be able to rest and get through it.
We are all goddesses.
All that energy to TK's sister. Yep. And so this Wednesday, Ginger will be back here at 8 o'clock for new moon readings. And Ginger, what else do you have going on this week?
Let's see.
You've been busy.
Oh, Friday. Yeah, Friday I'm on with Jean again, Sun Psychic Jean. That's at 6:30. And then Saturday, Nancy and Farah Tarot and Astrology. I think we have that's Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't remember what time. 7? I think it was 7.
I think it is.
And so Farah has a really fresh take on astrology, and it's not so overwhelming when she explains things. So and I love that she can throw in the astrology with the tarot reading, and so she gets that other layer, universal layer into her reading. So
I would love to have her join Nancy and I too. Maybe if we can do like a on a Divine Feminine before you go back to work, maybe a 4-panel. But no, I like Tara's energy. I can't always be there for the whole show, but I do like to pop in, hit the like buttons. But
she's got a lot of quirky energy. Light. She's got a beautiful smile. Yeah, so I love her energy too.
Yes, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
that's for next week.
Yeah, and for Friday I'll be back with Allison. I have Ginger on Wednesday. Look, it's Monday already, and I'm just like,
I know. It's like these weeks are going by so fast. I need to get in some solo readings here, and the time just flies by. It's like, well, wait.
And then later this month, Ginger and I will be doing the full moon. So, but that's in a couple of weeks. We got to just deal now with the energies of the new moon. So, I'll actually send that video to you, Ginger, before our show on Wednesday. And Nancy too, if you wanted, of that lady with the astrology talking about the spiritual sun and how it's going to connect beautifully with the gateway. Yeah. So and she's just beautiful herself too.
I want to look up about that goddess star.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think that's fascinating.
I'll reach out to Diana. We have our phone numbers. We text sometimes, so I'll ask her if she could maybe send me a link, and then I can shoot that off to you ladies as well.
Oh, that'd be great.
And well, Amanda, I don't know if you were here. Allison lost the box. She doesn't have it anymore. So when she does get over to the crystal store or the rock store, she said she'll take it in and she'll have them tell her what it is. But she's really busy this coming week and a couple of weeks with Sweetie and everything going on. So it's going to take a while. So just be patient. Let's see, Christina, Heather, would I be able... Ladies, do we have time for one more reading? Oh, Ginger's already shuffling.
Oh, and it popped out.
Sure.
So I got me a popper.
All right, let's get a card for
Christina. I'm only going to read to you if you subscribe to my channel. Not really. You've got Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. This is out of the Kuan Yin Oracle deck. And the message is Kuan Yin guides you to remember the creative energy and the spiritual light that are with. Oh, let me start over again. Kuan Yin guides you to remember the creative and the spiritual light that are within you, which cause all of life around you to bloom. Creation is a natural spiritual power within you, beloved. Force can slow down the process. It is time to stop striving and allow your manifestation to occur. Trust, let go, and allow your creation to flow. So this is just a call for two things for you, Christina. Remember the light within you. You are a beautiful soul, and that light needs to radiate. So remember, you're being called to remember who you are and bring that out. Bring out your creative energies. It's time for you to start doing that again. And like it says, trust in divine processes and divine timings. Try not to force things. And when you do that, things start flowing with ease and grace. So that's what I have for you, Christina.
Thank you. Nancy, you want me to go, or are you still?
I've got I pulled from the Divine Feminine deck for you, and Christina, and the card that came out for you is Green Tara, and it's the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. And she is a female Buddha. And it says Green Tara is that sacred nudge to get moving, to do what it is that your soul compels you to do. Don't sit with an idea or project any longer. Take action on it. Don't think about a friend who keeps coming into your heart. Go bring her dark chocolate or send her a love letter. Don't wait to express your love to someone you've needed to go now. Tell the truth. Let your feet be moved by what has been caged within you. Let your wisdom shift into inspired action. And I love that for you because, and this is kind of, for the collective as well. When something comes into our heart or our mind, we need to act on it, not just say, oh, that would be nice if I did that. Do it.
She says, thank you, Nancy. And I love that you pulled that card, Nancy, because she's always right here now above me.
Ah.
So, Christina, meet my Green Tara.
How sweet.
Yep, she overlooks. I don't work with her, but I think she's just waiting for the right time when I'm supposed to. And I love that message, Nancy. So that might be a card for me as well.
Carolyn.
A message. Carolyn Booker. Hello, my dear. How are you and Peter doing? I've been thinking about you both. I know Peter had surgery this month, and I hope he's doing well. I hope you're feeling well, my dear. Mwah. I always get so happy because I just love Carolyn and Peter. I just absolutely just love them to pieces. So thank you for popping in and saying hello, Carolyn. It's so nice to see you. So for you, Christina, I got the egg stone. And this card keeps coming up, Nancy.
Yes, it does.
And my deck isn't really sticking anymore. So this is a really powerful message. And I'm going to read the books. This is from my brand new deck, but it's about feminine power, embodiment, and fertility. So within the grounds of Glastonbury Abbey in southwest England, a large ancient stone is hiding in plain sight. The locals refer to it as the egg stone. Legend says that women would sit on the stone during menstruation, a time when they were at their most powerful and intuitive, to both give and receive feminine power. Pilgrims to this day visit the egg stone, honoring it as a symbol of an era when the feminine was deeply respected and revered. And so the egg stone card is a symbol of all these things: feminine power, unapologetic embodiment, and fertility. The egg stone urges us to honor the feminine in ourselves and in others, no matter how we identify. It urges us to not waste time being distracted by the noise of patriarchy and instead confidently lead the way in protecting the feminine within us, with others, and within the earth. This is a very powerful card. Um, this is a card of great feminine leadership, of respecting the feminine nature of life, which means respecting and protecting life in general. It can also be a sign of birth, both physically and metaphorically, in the form of a child or some form of creation, some special project that you're trying to birth, to bring forward into life. And there are ancient stone activations, which are basically affirmations. And the first one is: I honor the feminine power in myself. I honor the feminine power in all of those around me. I'm ready to play my part in protecting the rising feminine of the earth. So
Beautiful.
It's
there you
beautiful.
go, my dear. And I think that's the perfect card to really end the show on. I love that. Thank you, Christina, for asking for a card.
There you go.
And there we go. And I had the same. You had your so. Oh my goodness, Christina. So I'm pulling cards again for people that have already had these cards. Bless you, Nancy.
Excuse me.
And Carolyn says, "Thank you, Peter. Is recovering nicely." Oh, that's good. Still lots of everybody. Just keep sending Carolyn and Peter healing energy. They're wonderful people. They're a beautiful light in our community. So let's keep sending our healing energy to them. And Mandy says, "I have just subscribed to Nancy and Ginger."
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Mandy.
you so much.
Thank you, Amanda. Mandy.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting us read for you.
Yes.
And Empress says, "I still have to open up that deck." Well, when you get settled into your new place, because she just moved into her new home, yay, you'll be able to open up all your decks, set them all out on display, and just enjoy. So, alrighty. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you all in one of our next shows or saying hi in someone else's chat. And have a good rest of your night. Or Christina, have a good the rest of your day. And we'll see everybody later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye, everybody. Mwah.